this week's recap of Dancing with the Stars.
It's episode 5. This season's just flying by.
I know. We have a bit of a change-up this week.
Alfonso Ribeiro is filling in for Tom Bergeron because he's with his dad. His dad is sick.
We're praying for you.
Yes.
It was just, like, so weird. Like, I love Alfonso, don't get me wrong, but it just made me appreciate Tom.
Tom is
even
so
more.
good.
He's just so good at what he does. He makes it look so easy.
Forever. Come on. All right, so this episode is the tearjerker of the season. It is the most memorable year in dance. Yeah.
I can't take it. No, seriously, some tears were shed tonight.
It was very emotional.
It was.
Alexa and Mark were up first.
Let's just jump right in.
Exactly.
So her most memorable year is 2000. That's when she booked Spy Kids. And she was dedicating this foxtrot to her family for supporting her. Yeah,
her 2 sisters and her mom. Her mom went through a lot to get her into Spy Kids. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess they had to move to LA and, you know, the whole...
I thought she said, like, Texas or something. I don't know.
Whatever it was a lot.
The whole family was there to support her.
Exactly. So she did a foxtrot, and...
It was a really cute concept.
Yeah. This is hard because it's an emotional week, and you don't want to say, you suck!
You gotta try to separate the dances from the stories. Right. It's tough.
It is. She had a little memory slip in there.
Yeah, she kind of was just like, wait, we're out. Oh!
I love the whole, we're dancing with a prop, with an umbrella, and it's fake raining. I thought it was just so perfect.
That Mark Ballas is just so innovative.
Mark comes up with the best stories, you know, and the best backstories.
Right. Well, I also have to say, she seemed a little bit unsure of her footing a couple times, and I think that kind of...
fed into it?
Yeah. So they ended up with a 21.
Not great. All right, Gary and Anna. His year was 1979, the Buddy Holly story. Where's my glasses?
He was nominated for an Oscar for that film.
Well, he didn't win. Just kidding. He didn't win, though.
Okay.
Also, I guess he got a double for some reason. Some of them got double years. Mm-hmm. His other year was 1988. He had a traumatic brain injury. Yeah. He had a motorcycle accident. He was not wearing a helmet when he was riding his motorcycle. And it just goes to show you should always wear a helmet. That's
for sure. But he is lucky to be alive.
He is lucky to be alive. And he's on the show. And it's incredible.
Yeah, so they danced to a Buddy Holly song. And they had a jazz, which was interesting because this song is definitely either like a swing or a jive or something. But they had a jazz.
All right. It was awful. I'm not going to pull any punches. It wasn't good. Yes, he, you know, he was having a good time out there, but not really improving.
Yeah, so they ended up with a 16.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else about it.
All right. Well, we also got to find out what the judges' most memorable years are.
Oh, Bruno, my darling. 1983, when you were in the Elton John video.
No way! It was awesome. What was he wearing, though?
2 changes. That first one, they also make it a woman's. The second one, Sasha came out in, and it was delightful.
Yes. It was awesome. Yeah. Okay, next up, Tamar and Val.
All right, 2012.
This was an emotional story.
Her husband almost died from blood clots in his lungs. He was in the hospital for like over 40 days.
Yeah.
And they decided to have a baby after that, and that was beautiful.
So,
I love that.
Yes, she danced a rumba this week to her own song.
And he played the piano.
Which they didn't reveal to the end, and I was just like, oh, mind blown. It was amazing.
I didn't know he was a musician.
I guess so, yeah.
So, it was really excellent.
I loved the choreography. I thought their connection was better than ever. Mm-hmm. The thing I will say, though, is I feel like it was a little bit like stop and start. And in rumba, you need like that constant motion.
Yeah.
So that, you know.
The whole thing wasn't stop and start, though.
No.
It was mostly at the beginning. And then I don't know whether she loosened up or whether that was part of the choreography or what. But
you could tell she was really performing this one. And that was great to see.
27 for them. All right. This next little tidbit we called weeks ago.
We did. Week 1?
Yeah, week 1. Allison is pregnant!
Yay! Congratulations, Allison and Twitch!
And her daughter.
Yeah, that's super exciting.
Oh, I knew it. I just had a feeling. She had a little twinkle in her eye. It's like in 101 Dalmatians. It's like, you got that glow, that twinkle in your eye. You've been to the doctor, haven't you?
Yeah, and just in case you were wondering, she's still going to be on the show, Dancing with Andy.
If she makes the finals, she's going to be 6 months pregnant.
Oh my god!
I think that's a first for the show. I don't think
Probably.
they've ever had any pro that was pregnant before.
Not that I can remember.
Not 6 months pregnant. Alright, so Hayes and Emma were up next, and his year was 2014 because he's a baby.
Yeah. Last year was a big year for him. His Vine blew up. He's like this big social media star now.
I don't think it happened quite the way he said it did when he said he went to sleep with like 27 followers or 21 followers and he woke up with 100,000.
You never know. You never know.
That many though?
You never know.
Well, it's all kind of ironic because he's incredibly shy.
He's a shy guy.
And it was really his brothers that started the whole thing, and like he got involved later on.
Does he have more than one brother, or is it
Thought
just...
he had 2.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Or his brother and his cousin. Something like that.
Alright.
Yeah. So, they did a contemporary.
Mm-hmm.
And this was really, really nice.
This was like watching a different person.
Yeah.
He had so much confidence. He was really into it.
You never would have guessed it was a 15-year-old.
No! Oh my god, the emotion was amazing in there.
Beautiful.
And he did a great job with all those lifts and everything.
He really partnered her well.
Mm-hmm.
It's his best dance so far.
Absolutely.
And it was the best dance of the night so far, I thought. 27. They were really stingy.
Well, yeah.
They could have threw a 10 in there. I mean, come
Well,
on.
I don't know.
All right. Well, guess what Julianne's best year was? Most memorable year.
2007. It was her first year on the show. She was just a youngin', 18, and she won on her first season.
She waltzed in there and she won. Was she on So You Think You Can Dance?
No.
Okay. All right. Alec and Lindsay.
Lindsay was on So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah. What a freaking year for him. His year, he was another double. His year was 2015, and his second year was 2015.
Well, that wasn't really, like, part of his thing. It was just, like, that happened.
Well,
but
sure,
anyway.
it was memorable.
Obviously.
Life-changing.
Yeah. So, the first event was the train, where he was the hero.
Yeah. He stopped the terrorist attack.
Mm-hmm.
And the second was, he went to that school.
In Oregon.
Yeah. And he was going to go back to there if he wasn't on the show.
Well, I think he is still planning on going back there.
Yeah. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, so it's been a very emotional week for him. It was so sad.
He had a Paso Doble. And I don't think it was as good as he's used to putting out.
Here's the thing. I think he did a really good job with the choreography, which again was difficult. Lindsay gives him tough moves.
Yeah.
And he handled it well. He was missing a little bit of the Spanish lines for Paso Doble.
My darling, you must present your pee-pee when you do the Paso Doble. Put your hips under and your pee-pee out.
It's true though. It's like really weird. Yeah. But yeah, also he just seemed a little stiff and like his face was like the whole time.
He's been through a lot.
I know. I'm just saying what I saw.
Okay. I know. That's separation.
Yeah.
24 for them. All right, Nick and Sharna. 1992 was his year. You were 1 year old.
That's when he met the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet's back. All right.
Yeah, and obviously it really changed his life. He had a rough childhood.
Most of his friends are either dead or in jail.
That's crazy.
So, congrats to him for turning it around.
So they danced to a Backstreet Boys song.
He rocked his body right. So, 27.
It was a jazz number.
I thought this was really, really good, too. I thought there might be a 10 in there or something.
But
no. 27.
Yeah, it was really cool, too, how they brought out the audience so that it was like a concert. And it was just amazing. I loved it.
All right, Carlos and Whitney. This was kind of shocking to me. 2012.
Yeah, I was not expecting this backstory from Carlos.
All right, so he was in Big Time Rush, and then when Big Time Rush ended, I guess.
No, they were on tour, and then they weren't on tour.
The tour was over.
Yeah.
He started smoking weed every day.
What?
And then,
I was not expecting that.
No. And he was like really depressed and he wouldn't leave the house and he went to church.
Yeah, he started going to church, he went to Bible study, and that's where he met Alexa.
Nice.
It's pretty special.
It is pretty special. So this was, I didn't write down what it was. Was this a waltz?
They did a waltz.
Okay.
To Amazing Grace.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. It was all going so well, and then there was a little misstep in there.
Yeah. But he was so into it. You could see it on his face and in his, you know, just in his movements.
Right.
And the costumes and the lighting and everything.
It was beautiful.
The music, beautiful.
And they took a dump on him and they gave him a 25.
I am shocked.
I'm shocked too.
I thought that would have been like all 9s across the board.
Yep. All right, well, guess what Carrie Ann's year was?
1993.
Because that's when she toured topless with Madonna.
Ah!
It changed her whole life.
Well,
She makes her walk around with her tatas out.
oh. Anyway, let's move on. I want to see a side-by-side of Carrie Ann and Bruno. From their, you know. Okay.
They look very similar.
Okay.
Because she had that short hair in the Madonna thing.
Next up, Paula and Louie.
All right, 1989. She got the hell out of her bad marriage and started a
Good for
business
you, Paula.
that built the Paula Deen empire with her boys.
Yep.
That's great. I love the Cinderella stories where you know, you like desperation and then all of a sudden you do something, you find
Motivation.
something and it works and you run with it. I love it.
Yeah.
So they had a cha-cha. This was by far her personal best.
Yeah, you could tell she was into it. She was singing the song right along with
She
the
looked
recording.
great in that costume. She's really looking good.
Yeah, I thought this routine had some really great moments when you could tell she was totally comfortable with it. But then every once in a while, she'd be like, where am I?
Louie, where are we?
Yeah.
All right, so 18. I thought that was a little bit harsh.
They're so harsh on her. It's insane.
All right.
Next up.
Andy and Allison, 2009. This was awful. His mom died of cancer, and I think he literally had a few days to say goodbye to her.
That's so sad.
That is awful. No one should have to be in that situation. So he danced to his own song.
It's a new single.
And I guess he wrote it, like, back then. No. He wrote it now.
His first hit was
Okay.
after his mother passed away.
This was a cha-cha. And there really wasn't very much cha-cha in it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like when Red Food danced to his own song last season.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, like, stuff, but not enough of the actual dance for me. And the cha-cha that they did do,
It wasn't even like a newcomer cha-cha. Like when you go to the... It
yeah, so...
It wasn't good.
But they still got a 23, which, like, don't get me wrong, I love Andy and Allison, but I don't see how his was 5 points better than Paula's.
Yeah.
What? It's crazy. I'm just saying. I don't know what you guys think. Let us know. But last but not
They think
least...
the same because they
Do they?
recognize your judging ability.
No, thank you.
Bindi and Derek closed the dancing portion of the show. Obviously, her year was 2006 when her dad passed away. She was very close with her dad.
Yep. This was super emotional. I was, like, sobbing the whole time.
I felt so bad for her because she is such an uplifting, positive person. To see her
Break
upset,
down, yeah.
made me upset.
It was very sad.
So they, of course, did a contemporary to Police song, Every Breath You Take. And she was positively beautiful.
It was
in this.
gorgeous. Amazing.
She was doing like certified, beautifully done dance moves and lifts, and she was so graceful. Derek put together a really beautiful contemporary piece.
And she danced the crap out of it.
And they dumped on her.
I thought for sure that this was going to be a perfect score, but no. Bruno is the only one that gave a 10.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
So they got a 28, and I'm like, what?
Is this real life?
Yeah, but
She's
scores
dumb.
aside, I think she did a great job honoring
She was amazing.
her father.
Yeah, of course. All right, so the bottom two. Who do you think it's going to be? Well, you probably already know. It was Carlos and Whitney and Gary and Anna.
Yeah. This would have been a huge upset if it had gone the other way, but
it sure would have.
This week, Gary and Anna were eliminated.
And he kept blabbing and blabbing.
Yeah, and Alfonso was like,
and he was really being quite rude. They are on a time schedule. You're off the show.
Gary was like, stop. And I was like, whoa.
That's not cool.
Whoa.
You're off the show. Don't be like the stapler dude in Office Space. Because it's not cool. It's not a good look. All right, next week it is the switch up. I'm excited.
I love the switch up now. It's great.
I do too. Remember when Nene and Tony got back together after the switch up and he was so upset and he was crying?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's good TV.
Okay.
All right, guys, let us know what you thought in the comments.
Who do you want to see dance together?
Until next time, much love.
Edit.